Now, I'm not a fan of yearly goals. I think they are overwhelming, they are not motivating, and we tend to forget them by the beginning of February, so they never actually really get done. So here's my tip on how to achieve goals that you'll actually accomplish without the stress and the guilt that comes with setting goals that are too big and don't happen. They're called 90-day goals or quarterly goal planning. So what's so good about quarterly planning versus yearly planning? Well, it's the size that they are in nature. Quarterly goals are smaller, more manageable chunks that you can actually achieve in a 3-month period versus trying to look at the entire year at once. And why is this important? How often have you set goals in January and halfway through the month you have already slipped, and by the beginning of February they're totally forgotten? That happens all the time. Yearly goals are just too big to manage, and they're too overwhelming for us to feel motivated to achieve them. And that's not even to mention the fact that we are different people in June than we were in January when we first set the goal in the first place. Quarterly goals allow us to look at our life in 3-month increments, which is what I've heard called the Goldilocks principle, meaning goals that are not too big, not too small, but just right. The time frame is small enough to be manageable and not overwhelming, but it's still long enough to allow us to accomplish some longer term goals that are going to take us a little longer than just a couple weeks or even a month. So how do we start setting these goals? The first thing you need to do is to look at your life overall in all your different life zones. Think about your family life and think about your financial life, your life as far as your health goes. Think about all those elements of your life that are important to you. Rate them on any scale that seems motivating to you, 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 3 stars, and pick the areas of your life that you want to focus on for the next quarter. In each of those areas, set a goal. Make sure it's concrete, make sure it's something you can actually achieve in a 3-month period of time without, again, it being too big and without it being too small. And then start listing out the action steps that you're going to need to achieve to make this goal happen. Try to be specific so you don't forget steps, and then write these steps into your calendar. That is one of the most important elements of the system. You have to schedule things or they will not get done. Grab your planner, digital or paper, it doesn't matter, and start writing down the dates of when you're going to accomplish each action step or task. The final aspect of this system is the reflection element. It is very, very important that you are reflecting regularly on what's working and what's not. Setting goals and then never looking at them again is why they don't actually get done. The trick is to set aside time every day, every week, every month to do a reflection on how things are going, what's working well, what is not working, what changes you might need to make, and make those changes accordingly on your schedule and your plan. They don't have to be long reflections. You can decide how much time you want to spend on each one, but I recommend spending at least a few minutes at the end of the day, at the end of the week, or the beginning of one, and each month to reflect on what changes you might need to make going forward to ensure that the goal that you're working on is, 1, still important to you, and 2, that you have the right path to make sure it happens. To dive deeper into quarterly goal setting, grab my full 90-day goals workshop, which includes a Notion digital 90-day goal setting planner that walks you through the entire goal setting process, from beginning of your yearly overview all the way down to your weekly reflections to help you plan your tasks, your goals, your projects all year long, divided into 1 quarter at a time. Or if you're a paper planner, take a peek at the 90-day goal setting planner, which is bright and bold and fun and helps you stay motivated through each step of the goal setting process. Whatever format you choose to plan out your goals, make sure that you are picking ones that are motivating to you, are tied to your life priorities, and be sure to do your reflections regularly to make any changes that you need to make along the way. Follow me for more on goal setting, planning, time management, productivity, habits, and all that.